It's your boy Chief Kick, man, back with another episode, man, of MZT Motivation, man. And we're doing this for y'all, for the people, man. I want to ask y'all a question, man. Like, do you really want a six-figure income, man? Like, do you really want to, like, I'm talking about, like, you don't want to have to be worried about money. I finna dive right into it, though. If that's for you, then y'all stay tuned. You know what I'm saying? But if that ain't for you, if you don't want six-figure income, you don't want success, then you can just keep strolling. You know what I'm saying? Because I know this ain't going to be for everybody. This the same mentality that Jay-Z got, right? And it's that find a way mentality, you know? And like where I come from, like we didn't have money to buy a basketball rim at one point. And we used to take these milk crates. We'll take a square crate, and we'll cut the bottom out of it. We'll take a hot knife and we'll cut the bottom out of it, or a little saw. And we'll make a backboard in the alley on the light pole, wooden light poles. We'll put the crate and the piece of plywood on the light pole, and we'll nail it together, man. And we'll find a way to play basketball, the games that we enjoyed as kids. Or we'll take a rim, a bike tire, we'll cut out the spokes, same way. Get a piece of plywood, tack it on the back of the light pole, and we played basketball like that. And we found a way to do the things that we really wanted to do, because we're the chosen one, man. We the children of God, right? And that mentality is something that you're going to need throughout your life. And if you want success, right, you're going to have to take that same mentality, that same found a way mentality, the same mentality that Jay-Z got and a lot of these other rappers got. They're going to find a way. People who came from the project, how a billionaire from Marcy became a billionaire. He found a way. It was a mentality. It's a state of mind. And in this video, we're going to give y'all 6 points to a six-figure income. And we're going to be teaching from the book of Luke. Luke chapter 5. We're going to start at verse 4 to 8. We're going to take our time with this, though. When you're trying to build that six-figure income, right? You want that six-figure income is something that you got to do, right? And the way to build wealth, the way to get money is you have to obsess over other people's problems, right? This is how the rich get rich, by solving other people's problems. If I solve your problem, you're going to give me the money out your pocket, because me solving that problem was worth more to you than the money that was in your pocket. This is how we do it, by solving and you got to almost obsess over solving other people's problems. And once when you figure that out, it's a game changer. Solving other people's problems is how you create wealth. It's how you get rich. And it's how you create value, right? And in this story, right, Jesus, Yeshua HaMashiach, the Messiah, this is how he started his following, right? This is how he started his following. We're going to start at Luke 5, verse 4. And it's talking about Jesus. When he had finished speaking, said to Simon, "Put out into the deep waters and let down your nets for a catch." "Master," Simon replied, "we've worked hard all night long and caught nothing. But if you say so, I'll let down the nets." My first point is, you got to find you a real teacher or a mentor, right? And a real teacher or a mentor is somebody who already doing what you're trying to do, right? If you're trying to start a tax business, you need to go consult with a tax lawyer. Get them as a mentor or as a teacher to teach you the game step by step. So number one is you got to find you a real teacher. And in this text, Yeshua, Jesus, he was their teacher, right? And he told Peter, look, go on head out there, pull the boat out into the deep, man, so we can try to catch, so that we can catch some fish, right? And Peter told him, "Look, Lord, we've been out here all day, all night." Verse 4, when he had finished speaking, he said, "Simon, put out into the deep waters and let down your nets for a catch." Verse 5, "Master," Simon replied, "we have worked hard all night long and caught nothing. But if you say so, I'll let down the nets." When they did this, they caught a great number of fish, and their nets began to tear. So they signaled to their partners in the other boats to come help them. They came and filled both boats so that they had begun to sink. Verse 8, when Simon Peter saw this, he fell at Jesus' knees and said, "Go away from me, because I am a sinful man, Lord." For he and all those with him were amazed at the catch of fish they had taken. And so were James and John, Zebedee's sons, who were Matthew's partners. "Don't be afraid," Jesus told Simon. "From now on, you will be catching people." I know there's a lot in there, y'all. Well, we finna walk this thing down like break. So my next step, y'all, right? So once you get you a real teacher, you know what I'm saying? You gotta take action. So Peter, in this particular text, Peter had been out all night trying to catch some fish, and they couldn't catch nothing. And look at the mentality of their teacher, of Jesus, right? He had that "we gonna find a way" mentality. So he been out there all night and they trying to fish. They ain't caught. Hey, Lord, we ain't caught nothing. We been out here all night fishing. We ain't caught nothing. But he said, but nevertheless, we gonna do what you say do. So despite Peter's circumstances, he still took action, and he did what the teacher told him to do. And that's what you got to do. You got to take action. When your mentors and your teacher tell you to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning to start praying to God, and then after that, start reading the word, and then after that, you know what I'm saying, you start writing your notes down, then after that, you go to the gym, then after that, you come back, and you do everything that the teachers tell you to do. You got to take action. Take action. That's the second step. Take action. Don't be afraid. Take action. Get it done. Get it done like MJ. We're gonna get it done. We're gonna take action, right? And I want to point out something too, right? In a minute. I'm gonna point out something in a minute, y'all. My third point, right, is you have to follow the teachers or the coach instructions to the T. Man, y'all, this is so important right here. You gotta do what the coach is telling you to do. Y'all remember the story of the guru, right? You gotta do what the guru say do. You got to look. He told Peter, he said, look, you go back out there into the deep. That's what the Messiah told him. You go back out there into the deep and cast your nets, right? Verse 6. When they did this, when they took action, when they did this, they caught a great number of fish, and their nets began to tear. So when they did this, right? When they took action, right? Second point, the third point, follow the teacher's instructions to a T. When you do this, right? And it's gonna bring me to my fourth point, which is you gotta keep pushing. You have to keep. Peter been out there all night and caught nothing, right? And it could have been easy for him to give up right then and there. Could have been easy. He could have just like, man, I've been out all night. Look, Lord, ain't, because a lot of people don't pay attention to what the Messiah tell them to do, to what God tell them to do. We give up a lot of times, right? But he kept pushing, you know, despite his failures, because he been out there all night. They ain't caught nothing. So Peter failed. He kept pushing. He kept pushing through. When you properly follow the teacher's instructions, you're going to see results. You're going to see results. Verse 6. When they did this, they caught a great number of fish, and their nets began to tear. So they signaled to their partners in the other boats to come and help them. They came and filled both boats so full that they began to sink. So not only was it a success, it was a great success. It was so much. They had to call for help. It was so much. And the success was so much. It was so much in abundance, right? It was so much. And this is what brings me to my fifth point, right? Is you have to build a solid team to help you collect all the money. Peter and them had so much fish that they had to call their partners over to come help, right? And let's say if you a star player, right? Let's say if you got a little motion going, you got something going, right? You got a business or something that's making you some money. Let's say if you making $100,000 a year, right? And if you bring in some people to help you, and you're great by yourself, but if you got that 100,000, and if you bring some people in, let's say you bring in some people to help you, and you go from the 100,000 to 1.5 million. And out of that, you're only making 100,000 a year. So with the help, you're making 1.5. Now, let's say if you have to give the crew the million, so they can split it up amongst them, and you keep the 500,000. By implementing the right crew and thinking with the we concept, you didn't almost triple that 100,000 and went from 100,000 to 500,000 with a crew. So we got to get out of that individualism, man. We got to get out of that. I'm trying to do everything by myself, man. You're going to need you a good team, a good crew to help you get to the next level. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times, one person just can't, and you can be MJ of the team. LeBron, you can be a LeBron. He couldn't do it. He had to go and get some help. You know what I'm saying? You got to build. Jordan had Pippen. He had Rodman. So you got to build that. You got to build you a solid team to help you and get from the I and start focusing on the we concept. Focus on the we. You know what I'm saying? Because we is more powerful than I. Yeah, I can be great, but we, man, one can put 1,000 to flight, but two of us, we can put 10,000 to flight. So the we concept is so important. And just remember that you can get 100,000 by yourself, but with the right crew, you can get 500,000. Which one would you prefer? The 100 by yourself or the 500,000 with the help? Okay. My 6th point, right? In verse 10. And so were James, John, Zebedee's sons, who were Simon's partners. Don't be afraid, Jesus told Simon. From now on, you will be catching people. So he told him, now I'm finna make you a fisherman of men. A lot of times fear, don't be afraid. Fear stop us. You know what I'm saying? We be afraid of what other people think. You know what I'm saying? We afraid to fail. We're afraid of everything. And that's how we be controlled by the enemy, right? Because the enemy used our fear with watching the news. I had to stop watching the news so much, y'all. Because everything that was on there, it had you so afraid, to the point that because it's easier to control a scared person. They're going to do pretty much whatever you tell them to do because they're afraid. And notice Jesus said, he told him, don't be afraid, because I'm finna make you a fisherman of men. That means y'all just fishing fish. I'm finna make this finna be bigger than what you ever thought it was. A lot of times we be thinking too small. Don't be afraid to think small, and look at this connection, right? He went from he went from catching fish to being a fisherman of men, right? He went from his personal business to now his purpose, to be a fisherman of men. I'm going to teach you how to catch men, willing men, women, willing men, and teach them these principles. And I got a bonus for y'all too, man. I got a bonus for y'all. If y'all trying to build y'all followings, that's why I told y'all in the beginning, right? You're trying to build your followings. You got to learn how to solve other people's problems to the point that you almost obsessing over solving other people. Yeshua, Jesus came right in and he solved Peter's problem. Peter was a fisherman, right? But his business, he wasn't making no money. And the Messiah came right in and he got his business up and going for him. And a lot of times, I see a lot of men not going to church, falling away from the church. It's because ain't no real issues being solved in them. You know what I'm saying? A lot of men got financial issues, and these issues ain't being solved. And this was Jesus' first disciple in Luke, and this is Luke chapter 5. And when he solved Peter's financial problems, Peter was willing to follow him. Because man, this man got the answer to my problem. So he followed him. So that's how you create 6 figures. By solving other people's problems. And it's not going to take you long at all to get there. You just one step away. You just one video away You just one paycheck away. You just one sale away from having your 6 figures. Man, we're finna do a little recap. So the first point, you got to get real teachers. Second point, you got to take action. Third point, you got to follow the teacher's instructions to the T. Fourth point, you got to keep pushing despite your obstacles. You got to keep pushing. Fifth point, you got to build you a solid team. We is stronger than I. Sixth point, he told them, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to fail, y'all. Don't be afraid to walk into your purpose. My conclusion, you want to get 6 figures, man. Solve other people's problems. Messiah came right in. He fixed Peter's little issue. You got a little money problem, your business struggling. He came right in, he fixed it. These are the 6 points that Yeshua used to fix his business. If you apply these 6 principles, you're gonna be successful. It's just that simple. You apply it right here. Man, we hope y'all enjoyed this, man. We give praise and honor to the Most High God, man. And without him, man, we couldn't do nothing, man. We hope that this message bless y'all, man. We hope that y'all take this information, man, and study it, teach it, watch these videos over and over again. And look, we got a lot of good content on this channel too, y'all. Man, watch all them videos. Y'all go back every single day. You should be watching one of these videos. If you do this for a year straight, if you stay on MZT Motivation, just watch all the content that we drop from the first ones. Watch all of them. I guarantee you, man, it's gonna transform your life. I guarantee you're gonna be a different person, man. This our generation, man. See y'all at the top 6 figures, man.